I don't know. I think that is the key phrase that has taken over my life in the past month of I don't know when we're going to be able to hang out and see each other face to face again. I don't know how to spend my time wisely sometimes. I don't know what I should read. I I don't know what's going to happen. And that's an okay saying to have. To live in this moment of I don't know is good. And I think that in this time that we are living in, we don't have answers. We don't have an end date. That would be so much easier for me to be like, this date is the day that I will see everyone else. That's all I'm craving. That's all I want is just an answer to when it seems like there are no answers. But I think in a lot of times in life, we're filled with situations where the answer is, I don't know. I didn't know where I was going to go to college for a long time. I didn't know where I would end up after college for a long time. But God was still faithful. He still showed up and he still moved. Even when my grandma was sick and she was diagnosed and the doctors told us she might have 4 weeks, she might have 6 months. We don't really know. And in that, it was even really hard to live in a moment of uncertainty of when I would see my grandma the last time. I remember it was my senior year of high school and I was going to summer camp and I had to say goodbye to her before summer camp because I didn't know if I would see her alive when I came back from summer camp. It was a season full of I don't knows in my senior year of high school. And I look and I see now I'm in a season full of I don't knows again, and we're all in it together. There's so many parts of life where we don't know what's going to happen in the future. We don't know how life's going to end up, and especially right now, we don't know the timeline of this, of when we'll see each other again. And that just reminds me of just this holy uncertainty we are living in, that we're living in this moment where we don't know, and that's okay. God didn't design us to know everything. That's why Adam and Eve failed in the beginning. It wasn't God's intention for us to know everything. I don't think we can handle it. And so we live in this tension of holy uncertainty of how life is going to happen, what's going to happen out of this. Everyone's saying the world's going to be so different when we're out of quarantine, but we don't really know what that looks like, how different it's even going to be. And so in this moment of uncertainty, I think that's just where we place our trust and our control in God, that he is going to use this time. He knows what's up. We don't need to, because I don't think we can handle any more of it. And so in this time of, I don't know, of holy uncertainty, of just being so, there's nothing we can do but trust God and see how he's going to come through. And the only thing I'm certain of right now is that we don't know and that we aren't in control. And in doing that, we need to place our control and our expectations just to let them go and to see what God has in store for this season and this time. And those things I feel like sound even cliche and we hear them all the time, but how can we really use this moment of I don't know to deepen our trust in Jesus and to just give all of our expectations for what 2020 had in store to him. For a lot of us, it's grieving the fact that we don't get to have these end of the year celebrations for you seniors, for you 8th graders. Even for us leaders, we don't get to celebrate the end of another year well done. And so it's this grief moment of grieving that. And I even look back to when Jesus died, and he died and the disciples didn't know what was going to happen. They didn't know that he was going to come back yet. From Friday to Sunday, on Saturday, they were grieving. They were in an I don't know state. And I think that's exactly the state we're in right now, where we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how God's going to use this. And so we're living in this moment of uncertainty. And so I just want to encourage you guys to find a time to sit, to be still, and to just release all of your expectations and thoughts to Jesus. And it's really hard. And I know for some of us, it makes us really sad. And that's okay. You're not alone in it. We're all in it together. We're on different levels. And for some of us, the I don't know is really exciting because we're excited to see what's to come. And for some of us, it's really sad. And so wherever you land on the spectrum, just know it's okay to feel those things and to be okay or not okay with the I don't know statement. I just looked to the disciples and what they did, and they had to wait patiently and just trust Jesus, and to just ask God for peace to fill them. And so that's what I want to encourage all of us to do, to ask God to fill us with peace in this moment where we don't know, we just don't know. And so to just ask Jesus to come and fill us with peace in this time, to put our trust in him. And I think it's something we're always craving and desiring, and we're in a moment where we need that more than ever, to just hand over all of our expectations and to let Jesus fill us with peace, and that we're not alone in this. He's right there with us. He's got us in his hands, and sometimes those things are really hard for us to hear. But I want to read a verse to you guys. It's Colossians 3:15. Let the peace of Christ fill your hearts, since as members of the body we were called to peace, and be thankful. And so I just pray that over you guys today as you start your week, that you will be filled with the peace of Jesus, that as part of the body, we're in this together, that we all need peace, we all need comfort, and we're all in a moment of I don't know. And to be thankful that we still have breath in our lungs, to be thankful that you have survived this long without toilet paper, to be thankful that we have a roof over our heads, because there's people who don't even have that in this moment of uncertainty. There's little things we can find to be thankful for. And even if you're grieving someone you know who's been affected by the virus, for your family who might be fighting on the front lines and you haven't seen them in a month, to be filled with peace that Jesus is going to protect them. He is going to protect us. And even if that means calling us home to him, there's still beauty to come out of it, because it's an exciting time to just fully put our trust in Jesus, to be filled with peace. And I don't think it's anything like we expect it's going to be. I think that's one thing in life is for sure, is nothing ever goes how we expect it to go, because God has a better idea than what we do. And so in this time of uncertainty and unknown, I just pray for peace over you guys, to rely on Jesus, to trust him, and that to know you're not alone in feeling the holy uncertainty, as some call it right now. Love you guys. Be filled with peace this week.